War's terrors are often highlighted, but one massacre stands out in history as a stark reminder of the atrocities that can occur during conflicts. We're talking about the Nanking Massacre, an event so brutal it has been nicknamed the Rape of Nanking. This is a heart-wrenching and sobering topic, but it's crucial to educate ourselves about these events. Amidst the darkness and despair, there were also moments of hope and courage. The bravery of the Chinese people and the efforts of foreigners to save lives in Nanking are truly inspiring. Hello, and welcome to History Intrigued. Today we'll dive into a dark chapter of human history, the Nanking Massacre. In 1937, tensions were high between the Republic of China and the Empire of Japan. The two countries were locked in a conflict known as the Second Sino-Japanese War. Japan wanted to grow its empire and take over more land in Asia, which led to the war. China, on the other hand, was determined to protect its sovereignty and independence. The Chinese nationalist leaders were afraid and uncertain as they planned the defense of Nanking. At the start of World War II, Japan had just secured a significant victory in Shanghai during the Second Sino-Japanese War. With their sights set on the capital city of Nanking, Chinese nationalist leader Chiang Kai-shek faced a difficult decision. Chiang, fearing the loss of his army in battle, ordered the evacuation of most official Chinese troops from the city, leaving Nanking vulnerable to enemy attack. This controversial decision left the city's inhabitants defenseless against the impending invasion. Despite this, Chiang ordered the city to be held at all costs, with no official evacuation for its residents. Many people ignored this order and fled in an attempt to save themselves. Those who stayed were left to face the horrors of the Japanese invasion. The Nanking Massacre was exacerbated by the unpreparedness of the nationalist leaders and their conflicting orders. It serves as a reminder of the catastrophic consequences of indecision and inaction during times of conflict. During the Nanking Massacre in 1937, a group of Western merchants and missionaries established the International Committee for the Nanking Safety Zone. Their goal was to provide civilians with a safe place to stay. The safety zone covered a limited area of the city and consisted of over a dozen small refugee camps. It was made official in November 1937 and was about the size of Central Park in New York. On December 1st, the Chinese government withdrew from Nanking, leaving the International Committee in charge of the city. The remaining residents were instructed to seek refuge in the designated safety zone. This zone was intended to be a neutral area where civilians could find safety from the violence of war. On December 13, 1937, the Japanese army stormed Nanking, then the capital of the Republic of China. General Matsui Iwan led a force of Japanese soldiers into Nanking as part of the Central China Front Army. The anticipation and fear among the Chinese were palpable due to the stories of the Japanese soldiers' cruelty and violence. Upon entering the city, Japanese soldiers unleashed a wave of brutality, killing numerous civilians and burying thousands of Chinese soldiers in mass graves. Reports indicated that between 20,000 and 80,000 people, including women and girls of all ages, were subjected to brutal rapes and tortures. The horrors did not stop there. Despite initial promises to protect the Nanking safety zone, Japanese soldiers attacked and invaded the area, perpetuating violence even after the city declared order in January 1938. The safety zone was eventually dismantled, and a puppet government ruled the city until the end of World War II. The violence left a devastating impact. Tens of thousands of women were raped, entire families were annihilated, and bodies littered the streets for months. The Japanese soldiers also destroyed or looted much of the city's infrastructure in an attempt to erase its history. Let's delve into the extent of the damage caused. The Nanking Massacre remains a haunting reminder of the atrocities of war and the inhumane treatment of innocent civilians. The brutality of the Japanese soldiers during this time is forever etched in the memories of the people of Nanking and the world. The exact number of casualties remains uncertain, with estimates ranging from 200,000 to 300,000. The massacre profoundly affected China-Japan relations, with tensions remaining high to this day. After World War II, the International Military Tribunal for the Far East was established to prosecute those responsible for war crimes. Among the accused were General Matsui Iwan and Lieutenant General Tani Hisao, who played significant roles in the Nanking Massacre. During the trials, evidence including eyewitness accounts and photographs highlighted the extent of the atrocities committed by the Japanese soldiers. After thorough investigations, the tribunal found Matsui and Tani guilty of war crimes and sentenced them to death. This verdict was a milestone in international justice, marking one of the first instances where high-ranking military officials were held accountable for wartime atrocities. The decision sent a powerful message that such acts of violence would not be tolerated and that perpetrators would face consequences. The verdict underscored the importance of upholding human dignity and respect for human rights, even in times of war. It helped lay the foundation for future efforts to prevent similar atrocities. Did you know about the Nanking Massacre Memorial Hall? The Memorial Hall was constructed to honor the victims and preserve the historical record of the massacre. Recognized by UNESCO's Memory of the World Register, the records from the Memorial Hall are considered a vital part of world history and heritage. The legacy of the Nanking Massacre serves as a powerful reminder of the devastating consequences of war and the necessity of striving for peace, justice, and respect for human rights. The international community must work tirelessly to ensure that such violent acts never recur and that the victims are remembered and respected. The events of the Nanking Massacre should never be forgotten. They should always remind us of the importance of working towards a more just and peaceful world. Memorials to the Nanking Massacre, found throughout China and the world, commemorate the victims and serve as poignant reminders of the tragedy. These memorials come in various forms, including monuments, museums, and memorial parks. Monuments often feature sculptures or other art forms, paying homage to the victims' memories. Typically placed in public areas like parks or city squares, they serve as constant reminders of the massacre and its impact. Museums provide in-depth insights into the events of the massacre, detailing the lead-up, the actions of the Japanese soldiers, and the local people's experiences. Through exhibits and displays, these museums aim to educate visitors about the massacre's profound impact. Memorial parks offer tranquil spaces for reflection and remembrance, featuring memorials, gardens, and natural beauty, providing solace for those who visit. In conclusion, the Nanking Massacre is a stark reminder of the horrors of war and the resilience of the human spirit. As we reflect on this tragic event, let us commit to promoting peace, justice, and respect for human rights in our world today. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative, please give it a thumbs up, share it with others, and subscribe to History Intrigued for more captivating historical insights. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest videos.